All right, there's the little snack plate. So this is where everything goes from the garden. Good morning, guys. It's a cloudy, overcast day, and I'm just gonna go through and see the garden for the day, so I thought I'd bring you along. Hollyhocks, they're kind of at their end now, so we are just taking the seeds, and we pulled off a bunch for harvesting for trade next spring. We are going to put the rest back into the garden just to thicken up the hollyhocks. So both that spot and over here in front of the ivy, that will, I bend them over. Let's see. Bend them over, and then all the seeds will go back into the garden and we spread them around there. All right, so ivy has started to change color. You see that? Starting to go red up top there. And the berries, those will be, throughout the winter, the birds will come in and eat the berry off the Virginia creeper. And all right, it's a very cloudy day out here. Not the kind of day I like to be in the garden, but if you guys recall, I harvested all the marshmallow, and it is again about 2 feet high, I guess. So some nice fresh young shoots. That is new for me this year. I harvested it later in the season last year. So it looks like I could probably get 2 crops if I harvested it earlier, and then in a little while I would actually end up getting 2 crops off the marshmallow. I always like to leave some of the plant going into winter so that it dies back into the root system. Potatoes, they're done, so they'll all die back in, and then once that's done, I will harvest potatoes. I see some potatoes making their way to the top. Look at that little guy. So all these little ones, I will actually use as seed potatoes next year. When I harvest, we'll use and eat the larger ones, and then I'll save the tiny ones in a dark, cool place for seed potatoes in the spring. The coneflower still buzzing like crazy with bees. Lots and lots and lots of bees. From where I'm standing here, I can see about 10 of them. And I am not a bee fan, but they are welcome in the garden as long as they're bumblebees, not wasps. Another one on the catnip. So the catnip, I will also harvest soon. And I'm planning on doing a whole nother garden of the catnip because it is so popular. And it smells good, and it repels bugs in the garden. So I planted this coneflower in this section, the different color, and that will all be that one. I'm going to save the purple probably in the pot because I have already purple, or I may do another pot raised bed of it somewhere else. I always like to try the plants in different locations so that I can understand the plant more. I'm more of a hands-on learner, so I like to do trials. All right, and the King's Tut, or the Prince Tut. I have to figure out where the seed comes on this because I absolutely love this. I would love to have it in the house, but unfortunately the cats will not appreciate that. Or they will, because then they'll eat them all. Sorry, I got a couple wasps going around me. I can't stand wasps. All right. And as we make, oh, my trees fell over. It is very windy today as well. Put that back up. Very windy today as well. Grapes are, the leaves are starting to get a little color, which means we actually have fall coming now. So things will start to seed over and just start to die back. See, this Virginia creeper is all red now. Oh, I do see some raspberries though. So that means the next harvest of raspberries. With this second bout of raspberries, We do have to be very careful with the wasps laying eggs in the raspberries. But with us, I mean, I have enough for winter for the humans. So these ones will probably all go over for the animals. It kind of gets slow in the garden now. See, the strawberries are having a second one too. And now it's just kind of coming out and enjoying the walk around, watching for when the tomatoes are good. I see a couple tomatoes that have fallen, so I will pick those up, take them inside, and let them ripen on the counter. My tomatoes, I don't know if it was that storm that we had going through or whatnot, but there definitely was some unhappy. These are all going in my pocket. So if you just take the ones that fall or they're slightly red, I'll take them and put them in. See, it looks like we had a good rain or something. All right, let me see if I can get this focus. See the little red tomatoes? Whoop. So they all go into on the counter, and that's pretty much the harvesting this year. And just cutting back. Oh, look, I see one hiding down there. Just cutting them back and taking care of them. Taking all the red tomatoes onto the counter. My pockets are already full. This long cucumber on the end here. This is where we planted the cucuzzi, and it's going all the way up, but I have seen no fruit. Oh, I say that, I've seen no fruit on them, but I do see a little yellow one in there. So we'll see if that's it. We have harvested a lot of cucumbers and will continue. Cucumbers will actually continue to go into the cooler weather. And if I get sick of the cucumbers are always good to let over ripen on the vines, because then they can be used for the animals, as the chickens prefer the cucumber seeds as a dewormer as to the squash and larger seeds. Lots of squashes coming, so that's kind of the season for them. The greenhouse, we're just those tomatoes hate me. But they're getting fruit, and we will be harvesting off of them. But the peppers, absolutely loved it in here. So we've had a few peppers off the one outside, but I do see these coming. There's quite a few there, yellow ones, and these green ones over here. Never seen a pepper grow up like that, like Tiana said on the last video. It's definitely interesting. These guys are getting huge back here. I'm kind of done trimming now. Now it'll just be surprise when they grow. So a lot of, like, I have a drawer full of cucumbers in the house, and a lot of these will be used for the animals now as they grow. Fresh veggies. Fresh veggies with a bonus. I'm gonna do this for sure next year. So I have the peppers sitting in water, and it's water that's going green, like with moss, and then I put a fertilizer in there. Not a poop fertilizer. And they actually really are enjoying it. I've never had this many potential peppers coming. And the variety of peppers. Or the hot peppers. So yeah, it looks like I'll be probably another week and I'll be harvesting a little bit more raspberries, but that'll be, like I said, for the animals. They quite enjoy the raspberries. Wow. They're big though. I'm glad I cut it back. And there's Holly. Watch Holly. Want some raspberries, Holly? Good girl. We got about 20 quarts off of the raspberries. So now, yeah, now is the time there. I want to watch for the color changing of the tomatoes and then start pulling them off. I see, I pulled a couple off. It's been 2 days since I've been out here. And, oh, I see some, I see some zucchinis. I might take those. Oh, can you see in there? Oh, that one. Oh, that one. Keep them a little smaller. They tend to get really big. And then I'm like, there's so many seeds on them. Here's another one. It's ready. Oh. So we've been making like a zucchini coleslaw, which was quite nice actually. And in the past we've made zucchini chips, and those are popular. I prefer veggies raw. Good healthy snack, and you kind of eat what's in the season. So this is stinging nettle, and yeah, so I'll harvest that for the apothecary wall and have that on hand. All right, I'm not sure if the wind is interfering with the microphone, but it is very windy out here. I have not seen any signs of grapes, but this was the first season with the grapes, so hopefully next year we'll see a little bit of sign. Sorry, the mullein will be harvested again, and of course the mince, the parsley. As soon as I hear about first frost coming, I'll come out and harvest a lot of the mince, and bet you there's tomatoes hiding in there. A lot of the mince and stuff, like this mint did fantastic. The sage, I hope it goes to seed before winter. Right? Bee balm all got planted here. Oh, this was the other coneflower that I put over here, so that the colors, I love coneflowers. They're kind of a favorite, that and hollyhocks. The sweet potatoes. Interesting though, this year, none of my sunflowers really bloomed nicely. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, that basil looks phenomenal. You can see all the beets, and that'll be enough beets for us for the winter till next spring. Tiana harvested most of the seeds off the poppies. I see a few more coming. That's all the lilies in there. All right. Oh, we had a few more black walnut trees show up, so I'll pot those, get them out of there. I wanted that soil to sit for a bit because of the chemical that it gives off. It's hard to grow. There's certain things that do like the chemical from the black walnut, but most don't. All right, guys. Well, that was my walk around. I did score, let's see, my pockets and my hands are full. I scored 3 zucchinis and 2 pocketfuls of tomatoes, and we'll go wash them up and set them on the counter so when Mark gets home, he's got something to snack on. See you guys later. Bye.